Questions will keep us aligned. And by the way, I'm going to put them in my newsletter. So don't write them down, so that way you'll have to open that newsletter. Every week I push the newsletter. I love the newsletters. Stephen, I do a lot of work on that newsletter. I know. So here are 3 questions to keep us aligned, okay? These questions are inspired, yet modified from a book entitled The Right Questions, 10 Essential Questions to Guide You to an Extraordinary Life by Debbie Ford. The entire premise of this book is that at every moment we are at choice. Every moment we are at choice. And in every moment, the choice that we make directs our life in the direction that it will flow. Every choice we make. Tony Robbins once said, quality questions create a quality life. Quality questions create a quality life. So let's ask ourselves these questions. You know, refer to them. Refer to them. So the first one is, will this choice help me see God in the present, or will it keep me stuck in the past? It's a question you ask yourself. Debbie Ford writes, every choice we make leads us in one or 2 directions. We are either headed toward the future that inspires us, or we are holding onto a past that limits us. One or the other. The Toltec tradition tells us that we surrender a portion of our life force. Our life force. Do you know that energy, that breath that moves through us is our life force? That is our life force. And we lose parts of that when we dwell on the unhealed, wounded events of the past, with resentment, with anger, with frustration, with whatever those kinds of holding on look like for you. But what we're doing there is we are killing our life force. We are killing it. The human spirit needs to thrive. It needs to be alive. It needs to express joy. And we have the choice to do that, no matter what the circumstance looks like in life. So we have the power to choose to give up the past, to move forward, and create our future right here, right now. Let's create our futures. We're powerful. Right here, right now. We can do that. If you want to deepen further, in this whole Toltec tradition, that's what the 4 Agreements is going to be about. 4 Great Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, which simply stated, but very, very challenging to carry out in life, but wonderful to cleanse the belief system and replace the old beliefs with some new beliefs. So ones that really serve us now, not the old ones. Let's create some, unless the old ones are good. If you have old beliefs that are really good, hang on to those. You don't want to give them up. Ernest Holmes writes, in his Science of Mind, we should erase all thoughts of yesterday that would rob us of today's happiness. There is nothing arising out of the past that can disturb me. The past, the present, and the future are all unbroken streams of good. I loose all thoughts that in the past have caused anxiety. The spirit knows no past and is not affected by the belief in any. The past is swallowed up, Holmes writes, in the victory of a perfect present, which is filled, love Ernest Holmes, with love and perfection and protection. I see that the future is bright with promise. It beckons me forward into a more complete realization of my own worth and my rightful place in the universe. There is no future to be afraid of, he says, and no past to bring discord into the present. So the question is, will this choice help me see God right here in the present, Or will this choice that you're going to make when you're making choices keep me stuck in the past? That's your first question. Question number 2. Am I looking for what's right, or am I looking for what's wrong? I know many people that go into situations, or, you know, it's life itself, which has many different opportunities to heal and grow and expand, and they're always looking for what's wrong. Immediately go to, oh God, look at this, what's wrong here? We have a choice to go into that situation and say, or ask ourselves, what is right here? What is right? Because that's where then the creation, the float is going to go to. What's right? So Abraham Lincoln reminds us that we are only as happy as we make up our minds to be. Make your mind up to be happy. Looking for what's wrong prevents us from seeing the perfection that exists in our lives right now. What would happen if we changed the lens? For you photographers out there, what would happen if we changed the lens through which we view life in? We can do that. We can change the lens. We can change it. How would your life alter if every time you looked in the mirror, you appreciated what you saw? You didn't go around picking every little detail out of what's wrong. You look at what's right and appreciate. It's a high vibration, that appreciation. What might shift if you saw your co-workers as divine beings who are here to impart a beautiful lesson to you, rather than seeing them as not doing their jobs properly or annoying you? What would happen if we listened to our spouses or partners as if they were the most special person on earth? What would happen? So I used to watch this TV show, and if you don't, by the way, if you don't have a spouse or a partner, try it on a family member of your choice. See them as the most special person, and just act as if they are the most special person that you have ever met. And just see how that changes. Play a game. We say in Science of Mind, which is what this new thought is, try this out. If it doesn't work, don't use it. If it works, then embrace it and use it. Use it for yourself. So I used to watch this show, Frasier, on TV. Love him. Me too. Yeah. So Kelsey Grammer is dating, Frasier is dating these two women, Cassandra and Kay. And he simply cannot choose between the two of them. And if you remember this one, Lisa? Yes. Yeah. I remember this one. Every time he sees one, he chooses her, and then when he's with the other one, he chooses her. But finally, he has to come to one or the other. He has to make a commitment to one or the other. And so he thinks he's made his choice. And he finally decides it's going to be Kay. So he's deciding, he's totally clear it's Kay. And so he just runs on over to her house unannounced to let her know that he's going to commit to her for his life. She's the one for him. And Kay, of course, didn't know he was coming, so she is, she's messy. She didn't know that he was on his way over. And they sit down on the couch, and he's telling her how much she means to him. And they look into each other's eyes, and the love is abound. And you hear, Frasier's voice, and it's going, Kay, she's the one, she's the one. And he's holding that for about a nanosecond. And then he thinks, but what's up with that outfit? What could she have been thinking? I wonder if her hair has seen a brush today. Oh my God, does she go on and on and on? And all of these, and so we know at that point that Frasier has another doomed relationship on his hands. See, it's a choice. I miss that show. So what would happen if we listened to our spouses as the most special people on earth? What would happen? Or our family members? Just pick one. Pick one that you just gives you the biggest opportunity for growth. That's the one you pick. And then just treat them in your mind, like Fraser's thinking, as the most special person on earth. Looking for what is right in a person or in any situation is a choice. It's a deliberate choice. Look for what's right, or go into a situation and look for what's wrong. Because you're going to find either one. If you walk in looking for what's wrong, guess what you're going to find?
What's wrong?
So question number 3. Do I use challenging situations as a catalyst for growth and expansion? Or do I allow myself to stay in smallness? When we get our buttons pushed, those wonderful little wound buttons, those buttons of resentment, of anger, of jealousy, of fear, of anxiety, whatever those buttons are, it's just an opportunity for us to evolve into a higher level of consciousness, a higher level of showing up in the world, a higher level of thinking and being. And it's not really about the situation or about the person that looks like they're pushing your button. It's about what's going on within you, because you're the one with the button. You're the one with the button that needs to have it either expanded, you can live with it, it's not fun, but we can also heal it. We can also heal it, we can transform it, we can reveal it. The spiritual truth is that you can only soar as high as you are willing to go deep. The question then deepens us into wanting to have more of the spiritual truth revealed and transformed in us. It elevates us. It elevates us. Environmentalist Van Jones said that major change never occurred on a good day. On a good day, what happens? We feel really good, everything's great. We're in the flow and life is just grand. Life is just grand. But on the bad days, on those days when we might have a little bad day, those are the days where we start to take stock. We start to really go within to that reset button to begin anew. And sometimes a breakdown is required before we can have a breakthrough. And we're breaking through to the realization that there is a spiritual essence that exists within us. That is the thing we are breaking through to realize. Ekatoli had to do that. He had to have a major physical, mental, emotional breakdown before he could just come to this place of total enlightenment. And I'm not saying that we all should have these emotional breakdowns. I sure don't want one. But on those bad days, let's look for, okay, what's the lesson here? How can I expand? How can I grow? Something is taking place, doesn't feel right. We all have stuff that happens in life. Doesn't feel good, but I know there's a lesson. I can look for what's right in this situation, because you will always find something right. You will. And if you look for something wrong, you will always find that something wrong. The hallmark of spiritual mastery is to move your empowered, God-filled future. Choose to see your triumphs and tragedies as realizations to grow and to evolve. Those are the 3 questions to ask yourself on a regular basis to help you live your life with intention, to be powerful distribution centers for God. I like that. I'm a distribution center for God. So are you. All distribution centers to express our God selves. So question 1 is, will this choice help me to see God in the present, or will it keep me stuck in the past? Question 2, am I looking for what's right, or am I looking for what's wrong? And then question number 3, we didn't get to that, did we?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. I have 2 page 14. Oh, I know why. Okay, hold on everyone.
Oh, Margaret.